I turned a pile of ugly, unwanted garden weeds into a powerful liquid fertilizer in just 7 days. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, step by step, so you can do the same thing in your own backyard. If you've ever looked at all your garden weeds and thought, what a waste, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll never look at garden weeds the same way again. First thing I did was gather my garden weeds. Now, not all garden weeds are created equal, and there are a few you want to focus on and a few you want to avoid. The all-stars for this garden weed fertilizer tea are things like dandelions, stinging nettles, chickweed, plantain, dock, lamb's quarters, clover, and other lush green garden weeds. If it's deep-rooted, leafy, and vigorous, it probably has a lot of nutrients stored in the plant tissue. I walked through my garden beds, fence lines, and pathways, and pulled a big pile of fresh garden weeds. I made sure to grab the whole plant, both leaves and stems. Roots are fine too if they come up, but the most value is in the green parts. Now, this part is important. I did my best to avoid garden weeds that had mature seed heads. If the garden weed is already covered in seeds, you're just asking for trouble. Those seeds can survive, and you might be spreading them right back into your garden when you water. A few seeds won't ruin the batch, but if a garden weed is covered in dandelion fluff or dry seed stalks, I left those out. I also stayed away from anything I wasn't sure about. If you can't identify a plant, or if you suspect it might be toxic, don't put it in your garden weed fertilizer tea. Stick with garden weeds you recognize and feel comfortable handling. Once I had a nice pile, I did a quick cleanup. I shook off any big clumps of soil, removed any trash or sticks, and set aside any garden weeds that were full of seeds. Next, I grabbed my container. For this batch, I used a simple 5-gallon bucket. You can use a larger barrel if you want to make more, or even a smaller bucket if you're just doing a small garden. The important thing is that it's sturdy, it doesn't leak, and you're okay with it getting a little stained and smelly because garden weed fertilizer tea is not glamorous. Then, I chopped the garden weeds. You don't have to turn this into salad, but the smaller the pieces, the faster they'll break down and release their nutrients. I took a pair of old pruning shears and roughly chopped the garden weeds into 3 to 4 inch pieces right into the bucket. I filled the bucket about 2/3 full with loosely packed chopped garden weeds. Don't pound them down, just let them sit naturally. Now it was time to add water. I used rainwater because that's what I had on hand, but regular tap water is fine for most people. If your tap water is heavily chlorinated, you might let it sit out overnight first, just to let some of that chlorine dissipate. I poured in enough water to completely cover the garden weeds by a couple of inches. You want everything submerged so it can steep like a giant herbal garden weed fertilizer tea. At this point, you can leave it just like that, but I like to give this mix a little head start. I reached in, and with my gloved hand, I stirred and squeezed the garden weeds, just to bruise them up a bit and get those plant cells opened. That helps the nutrients leach into the water faster. Then, I covered the bucket. You have a couple of options here. You can snap on a loose-fitting lid, or you can cover it with a piece of burlap or an old t-shirt and secure it with a bungee cord or string. You do not want it tightly sealed. This is going to ferment, and it will produce gases. A loose cover keeps the bugs out, keeps the smell somewhat contained, but still lets it breathe. And speaking of smell, garden weed fertilizer tea is not going to smell like roses. As it starts to ferment, you'll get a strong, barnyard, swampy kind of odor. That's normal. I kept my bucket a little bit away from the back door and definitely not next to any seating area. On day 2, I came back to the bucket and gave it a good stir. Already the water was starting to turn a darker greenish brown, and a few small bubbles were forming on the surface. I just used a stick I keep in the shed for stirring compost teas and mixed everything up, pushing the floating garden weeds back under the water. This stirring is important. I like to stir at least once a day. It helps keep everything submerged, distributes the developing microbes, and speeds up the breakdown. Day 3, the smell really started to show up. When I took the lid off, I could tell things were fermenting nicely. The color was darker, and the garden weeds were already looking a little more wilted and slimy. Again, I gave it a thorough stir, making sure to scrape along the sides and the bottom. Around day 4 and day 5 is when this really turns into a liquid fertilizer. The plant material keeps breaking down, the water gets darker and richer, and, the surface might get a bit of a foam or scum. If you see that, it's totally okay. That's just microbial activity at work. Every day I'd lift the lid, hold my breath for a moment, stir the bucket well, and then cover it again. The smell doesn't mean it's gone bad, it means it's alive and working. By day 6 and day 7, the garden weeds were clearly spent. The water was now a deep, tea-like brown, with a very strong smell, and the plant material had lost most of its structure. At this point, I considered the garden weed fertilizer tea ready to use. Now this is really important. What's in that bucket is a concentrate. You do not want to take that straight liquid and pour it directly on your plants. It's just too strong and can burn them or throw things out of balance. So here's how I finished it, and how to use the fertilizer tea safely. First, I strained it. I set up another bucket and put an old piece of burlap over the top as a filter. You can use an old t-shirt, a paint strainer bag, or honestly any kind of fine mesh. I slowly poured the contents of the first bucket through the cloth, catching all the solids, and letting the liquid drain into the second bucket. Once most of the liquid was through, I squeezed the cloth bundle to get out all that last, rich garden weed fertilizer tea. The solids that are left can go straight onto the compost pile, or even back onto a garden bed as mulch. What I had in the second bucket now was my concentrated garden weed fertilizer tea. To use this as a fertilizer, I always dilute it. A good safe starting point is about 1 part of fertilizer tea to 10 parts water. So if I have 1 quart of fertilizer tea, I'll add that to about 2.5 gallons of water. If I have 1 gallon of fertilizer tea, I'll add it to roughly 10 gallons of water. You can go slightly stronger if your plants are well established and your soil is healthy, but if you're ever unsure, err on the side of more water and less gardenweed fertilizer tea. There are 2 main ways I like to use this. The first is as a soil drench. I pour the diluted fertilizer tea into a watering can and water it directly around the base of my plants, soaking the root zone. This is great for heavy feeders like tomatoes, peppers, squash, and corn. I'll do this every 2 to 4 weeks during the growing season. The second way is as a foliar feed, that means spraying it directly on the leaves. If you want to do foliar feeding, you really need to strain your fertilizer tea well so it doesn't clog your sprayer, and you might want to even go a bit lighter on the concentration, something like 1 part fertilizer tea to 12 or 15 parts water. If I'm spraying, I like to do it early in the morning or later in the evening when the sun isn't harsh. That way I don't risk leaf burn and the plants have time to absorb those nutrients through the leaf surface. After a couple of weeks of using this garden weed fertilizer tea on my beds, I noticed deeper green foliage, especially on some plants that were starting to look a little pale. My leafy greens perked up, and my container plants, which can run out of nutrients quickly, responded really well. It's not a miracle overnight fix, but it is a gentle, steady boost of nutrients, plus beneficial microbes, using nothing but garden weeds and water. And best of all, every time I make a batch like this, I feel like I'm winning twice. I'm reducing the garden weed pressure in my garden, and I'm turning that problem into a resource that feeds my plants. If you've made it this far, you now know exactly how I turned a mess of garden weeds into a powerful liquid fertilizer in just 7 days. It's simple, it's almost free, and it keeps nutrients cycling right here in the garden instead of hauling them off to the landfill. If you found this helpful and you want to see more ways I turn so-called waste into food for the garden, make sure you give us a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.